Yes, we are back on the screens again. Another great weekend for us to have a conversation about the 3Music Awards nominees and the categories. Here we call the Diaries. My name is Jay Foley, and it's getting very heated, exactly like I keep saying every weekend, because if you follow the trends and the conversations, it will tell you that people have so much to say. But as the saying goes, not with your lips, but with your devices. So jump on there, *447*3#, and that will be the game changer for you, for your nomination, nominee to be at the top and to pick that grand award as well. Well, we've been zoning in on specific categories out of the 32 categories that were put out there. We're zoning in quite a number of them, and yes, of course, we've got your reviews in there. You are allowed to share your comments as well on this conversation we're going to be having, because today, 4 top categories, one for what defines us, which is our high life categories, both the nominees and their song, as well as the reggae dancehall category, both the nominees and their songs. All this lined up when we come back again to start the conversation here on the 3Music Awards 24 Diaries. Don't go away. Welcome back. A great day it is for us to have this conversation, and don't forget, tickets will be rolling out very soon. If you want information regarding the 3Music Awards, jump onto 3music.tv, our official website. Click on the 3Music Awards and you have all the information you need on there. Verified information, I keep saying. Well, I'm not going to be having the conversation alone today. I have my guest joining me, and I have Meg representing the women in Ghana today. Yes. DJ Slim as well. Charlie, Bosu is saying, isn't it the fire?
Oh, definitely. Once I did here, definitely. We'll go into them.
We have to go into it. And I tell you what, DJ Slim already and I are siding on 1 or 2 things even before this conversation began.
Exactly.
So Meg, prepare yourself.
I'm so ready. I need a shield.
Well, listen, so I did mention 2 of the categories. We're discussing 4 categories. And we chose this because I like the fact that it is the song and the product and the artist we're going to be discussing for both for High Life Song of the Year and High Life Act of the Year, and then Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year, and then Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year. Reggae, no, it's not for us, it's for some people, so we'll see how we go into that. But the High Life Song of the Year, that category as well is going to be very competitive. Quite a number of songs have been released. We're going to go in there. But then before we start the convo, like I always do as a ritual, I want to just find out from you so far, what has been the reactions like on your timelines, on the places you've heard with regards to the entire nominations and the categories that have been poured out this year. Before I even go to Meg, let me hear from DJ Slim.
Thank you, Bosu. I think when was it last weekend? That was when the rollout came for the nomination, and I was doing a more or less like an emotional analysis on social media.
I like that. Emotional analysis.
Yeah, to see how people are warming up, especially after a year break from 3Music Awards. And I realized that people are super excited about it. And one thing I must commend the management and team for is the Woman of the Year and the Emerging Woman of the Year category. So amazing. I think I believe there should be competition and fair competition when it comes to music. And of course, you know that recently women have taken over the space.
Oh, yes.
And we also need to encourage our women to, yes. Props to you people, Charlie, you do everything.
Yeah, but I was not too happy not seeing a woman represented in the Artist of the Year.
Yes.
I have questions that we can even go into it if you want us to go into it.
Yeah, we can. And also, I think we had 2 female, 3 of them representing in the DJ of the Year category. That is also something that we need to commend the team for, because the DJing culture as it stands now is being dominated by females worldwide. They can't take over that job, and I like it too. Yeah, definitely, I like it too. So props. I mean, the emotional analysis that I did, you guys you're way through with this one, and I just wish you guys the best. I will be there to make sure that my agenda, coming here, it will pass through.
Meg, let me hear from you as well. You know, you've gone through the process. You've seen the nominee rollouts. You know, I know you had your sentiments in you and issues. One or two of them. Certain artists you would have wished to be in there, but overall,
the response has been amazing. For me, I'm okay with what I have seen because then I think there's been really good representation. For me, I usually worry about the alternative acts and then the emerging acts, and I think this time there was like very good representation for them. We're about to talk about one of the categories, and it's like there's an emerging act that has snuck her way in there. It just makes me really happy.
Yes.
And the feedback I get from other people too, they are just like, 3Music. Like, if I make music and then I don't expect anybody to acknowledge me, at least I know that 3Music is going to do that, and I think that's amazing.
Shouldn't High Life been our, one of our biggest awards, for the night, category for the night?
Jay, this conversation,
we won't finish today.
I talk about time because I see most of our legends talking about the fact that high life music is not being celebrated enough, and I think most of our award schemes in the country should start looking at high life from a different standpoint. And I mean, the bodies that govern music in Ghana should start looking at high life from a different standpoint. Now, the first thing I'd like to talk about is the perception about artists who go to the studio to produce high life tunes. Now, there is some sort of stigma or some thing with and use cover.
Let me just hold you there. We're discussing the hip life category, and should it have been merged
or separated?
Yeah. Should it have been merged or separated? Because hip hop gives off the bougie. Like you're saying, there's a certain tag around the hip life.
The high life.
Truth.
Yeah, and that I believe has been one of the things that pushes a lot of artists away from the fact that they want to identify themselves as high life artists. But you listen to their songs and they are clearly high life artists. But then they will want to, look at it from a marketing point of view and want to brand themselves as Afrobeat artists, looking at the genre and how marketable it has been.
I have a huge issue with that. I really hope artists need to stop trying to be Afrobeat.
No, they can't.
Afrobeat is not the only genre. Like, that's not the only. It's because you see, we had this conversation on air the last time that our artists, everyone just wants to follow the trend. Like, hey, everybody is making it like this, so I want to make it like this. But
can we blame them?
Let's digress a bit from the nominees into this convo that you are having, which is very exciting, because I want to find out, where did we lose the ball on making hip life and high life the one thing that once upon a time was our big deal?
I can tell you where we lost it. Now, continuity is a key factor when it comes to music and music progression.
Okay.
So the fact that, let's say, let me hit on our predecessors. Let me talk about the Kakeku. Let me talk about Pabubo and Pedu and their likes. Right? They built a certain level of knowledge that they transferred onto the back then.
The generation that followed.
Now they held onto it and modernized it. But that did not come with a certain backlash because their predecessors felt that wasn't the core element of high life. They diluted it, because from the higher life we had the burger high life, and then transitioning on to other forms of high life. Now, then again, those people that face the same backlash are lashing the newer generation, saying that, so it makes the younger people, there's no form of connectivity. They don't connect, because it's hard to find the newer generation
accepting
or recording and also wanting to even have something to do with the older generation.
This is very interesting,
so
because
doesn't really pass on.
Good.
We don't.
But our fusion is such a big deal.
So we were debating the difference between evolution and evolution. We easily tagged certain songs as, it is evolved, but it's a death. We killed it.
Is it a death?
So artists like Episode, who is gradually walking away from the dancehall space into a high life space. What would be a trigger for an artist to decide that, let me take such a big risk, because reggae dancehall is a very commercial space. To a space that's already, there's a bit of a debate as to whether we should go back there now. It's not big enough. Who wants to invest money in high life and all of that? Would it be a right decision in your view for an artist to walk away from category A, dominant category we should be discussing right now, into a space where
issues there inside?
Today I had this conversation on a podcast, and I was saying that charting and certain, like the commercialization, over commercialization of music has ruined the quality of music that we put out. And I think that's one of the reasons why people move or switch genres, because you're saying reggae dancehall is very commercial.
Yeah.
But then I think here in this space, maybe episode just feels like I'm not seeing any progress in this genre that I've decided to make. Maybe if he made some Afrobeat song and then it blew up, he would just switch and start making Afrobeats instead. So it's the way music is seen now. I think it is
very
losing
commercial.
the fact that yes, it is an art.
So Buju Banton was saying something right there.
Not entirely, Jay.
Yeah.
Not entirely. Yes, the commerciality.
The substance is now being diluted.
No, Buju's point is totally different. I would want to counter that by saying that we should understand times and seasons.
Okay.
Because right after COVID, people saw how volatile situation is. I mean, we can be happy today and tomorrow we'll be sad.
Yes.
And then the world told us, no, Jesus or God gave us a hard reset, told everybody to go inside for a period, and then we realized that life can change at any given point in time. So right after COVID, people wanted to express themselves. They wanted to come out and enjoy life to the fullest. And that should come with a soundtrack. That needs a soundtrack. Going out and expressing yourself, being happy for the gift of life has its own soundtrack. And that has to be
feel good music.
Feel good.
And that's why Amapiano is doing so well, because then it just gives you a vibe. Even if you're sad, you're just like,
people want to have fun these days.
I will save this conversation for another day. But let me come back to our main purpose to go into this awards categories now. So even before we even mention the reggae dance, so I want to find out, in this space, there seems to be a certain trend where certain particular artists seem to be always picking the day on almost any what do you have to say about that?
I would say top of mind. Consistency.
Oh my God, Steve.
Jay.
Stoneboy, let me just say, Stoneboy seems to be winning the day all the time.
And it's because he's been consistent with that music genre. It's the core of his craft. He will touch on other things.
Samini Kosuka crying.
What you say?
But you see, the thing is, I think that the reggae dancehall scene in Ghana is, should I use the word washed out? There are not enough artists there. There's not enough music coming from there. Maybe there are a lot of emerging acts doing that, but I think that space is, there was a time when it was like the biggest thing, because then Stoneboy and Shatawale they were all doing it. But then now I think it's dipped and there's no one there, like there's no contender. Stoneboy's consistency is what is making him like the king of.
But there's DSL, and he's trying.
But DSL is new, you see, and I really, really, really commend DSL for. I didn't know he was a reggae dancehall artist, but I used to say this even before this year's awards that if I were an artist, right, every year, Meshada, I'll drop something that sounds reggae dancehall, and I'll be nominated because there's not enough content there. Do you understand?
Yeah, but isn't that what Episode was doing? But still, he faces the strong contention of artists like Samini. He went to school, so he relaxed a little bit, But there's Stoneboy, who is constantly winning and dominating the space.
So you see, when you drop it, you add something to it. You need to put it into people's faces. I don't know if maybe he's been going for a lot of interviews or whatnot. I like to think that I notice such things, but I don't really notice it for Episode. I know Episode for his performances at shows. I know that if I see Episode at a show, he's going to perform and then he will use the 3Music to do something. And then that's how I got to know Episode.
Yes.
But then maybe he didn't put like much effort into his PR. Do you understand? If you drop the project and then you add some PR to it and you push it into people's faces a little bit, that's all you need.
Okay,
it doesn't
so what
have
to say?
Be a hit
With the mention of Episode, let me big up Episode for this shit, I bet.
I wanted to say that the shirt.
The PR is working. This is the PR.
But then, Jay, to talk about continuity or dominance of that music genre, you should also understand something called music activation, because you realize that there was a certain period where Jay yourself, the Yard and Foreign Crew and the others,
I know
proper music activation zone for a group of music lovers, a specific group of music lovers, where artists could go there and express themselves. So they had platforms to showcase their talent and also harness their skills and all that. But you realize that it's been on a decline. So Same thing is happening to rap music in Ghana.
Yes.
Okay.
Because there used to be platforms where artists would go there and rap.
But now we don't have any activation points.
Exactly.
Now, I love this thing that you said, because
Exactly.
I've been complaining that in Ghana we don't have enough content spaces for when you drop a song. Because then outside, yeah, you see if Times drops, then maybe she goes, even just in Nigeria, she'll go on a podcast, this thing. She'll be able to activate the music in several places.
Yeah.
Outside, there's so many things, but in Ghana, it's so
Slim
limited.
should be able to reactivate or not reactivate, amplify. The
You know, he's doing his part.
I'm doing my
He's doing
part.
his part. You're also doing your part. They are not enough. They are not enough.
All right.
Yeah.
So you've mentioned episode. Now, based on that, let's go into our very first category. Now, this is the Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year category. This is a very, very difficult category for any artist to be in, I can say, because already, I mean, we know that it is always, like I said, leaning towards a certain artist, Stoneboy. But anyway, this here now, it's very interesting. So let me tell you. So we have Body Medicine. That's Pebby, DJ Pebby, Sinaso, and then LaRusso. I love LaRusso. Anything LaRusso is on there, Charlie, trust me. For me, it gives me a starter. If You Kuma Love, by Kofi Kinata. Big jam. Big jam. And now for Top of Mind, I went for Kofi Kinata. When he dropped his recent album, Kofi. So it sort of adds some more amplification for him on this song. There's Eyeball Remix, Raskuku and Samini. Now, for Raskuku, we have to make a special case discussion on this. We'll come to that because there should be. I want to find the special ingredient that Raskuku needs because he's almost at the point of taking this space and owning it. But the question is, what is the missing element? What is missing for up until this point with Raskuku? What is missing?
You want me to talk about that?
Yeah, let's enter before I continue.
No, I can tell you that Kuku is doing everything right, and I think it's just time.
His name is Kuku.
Raskuku,
This is Kuku,
yeah.
like Kuku.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
I never thought of
Kojo
that.
Crunchy. Kojo Crunchy is doing everything. It's just a matter of time. Because I've been to his concert, the one that he has, the yearly concert at Dome Kwabinya.
Yeah, crazy.
Yo, Jay.
He was here. We opened phone lines. The squad that called in. Oh my days.
No, he's the king of the street. I'm telling you this.
So what is it then?
So it's just a matter of time. I've been with artists who've been underground for like 18 years, 20, 15 years. Kim Paluta just had his breakthrough.
Yeah.
And that guy was on my first radio show. That was a rap freestyle show in 2005.
Look at that.
In Focus FM, KNUST.
Yay.
So Jay, you should know. It's just a matter of time. He has everything. He has crossed everything on the checklist. It's just a matter of time.
But if he has, if he's able to, you mentioned you went for a show, right?
Yes.
And it was like there were so many people open. That means he has a lot of fan love.
Yes.
Then I think he's there. We don't have to wait for him to get.
In reference to the last music awards, which of course is the TGMAs, even Stoneboy felt like he had won this so many times on many platforms. So he said on stage that he wanted to dedicate it to his fans and his other teammates. But for an artist to be pushed to that point clearly tells that he himself knows that he's an overall winner constantly. But will time really be the defining factor for Kuku at this point in time?
I can tell you that it is going to do that because it's just a matter of him, expanding his base. He is expanding the base gradually. Because for me, being a fresher in the Dome Kwabinya constituency and hearing about the show, I wanted to go and see Charlie what they go on for that side. Yeah. And I realized that guy, Charlie, even the MP self, he be popular person.
Exactly.
So he's just expanding. Because new person like myself even felt the show was about. I just felt it. Because everybody was talking about it.
So far, between Body Medicine, the three cuts on there, If You Kuma Love, Eyeball Remix by Raskuku, up until this point, who in there is the eye that we should, who's the person that we should pay close attention to on this one? For the first three I've mentioned.
If you Kuma is top. If you Kuma is definitely on top. Eyeball is also not to be slept on.
If the fandom were being a deciding factor here, which amongst these three can?
If the fandom came into, trust me, no.
And now I like this competition. I knew this was coming.
So I'll tell you this, right? Kofi Kinata undoubtedly is the overlord when it comes to music from the West. I mean, Tadi, they hold them down 100%.
Yeah.
But then when it comes to real fan army, street love, I've seen Kofi Kinata's concert. I've been there.
Yeah.
I've also been to Raskuku's concert.
And
I can tell you, the one that people love passionately. I'm not saying they don't love Kofi Kinata, because I don't really see a lot of street advocacy for Kofi Kinata. Even on social media, I don't get to see it. But try Raskuku right now and see something.
And that means
this is a very debatable. This is a very
debatable
fandom.
Because now it's up to the fan base to decide to vote. Like, I'm going to sit down and take my time and make sure that I vote for this artist. And you think Raskuku's fans will do that way better than
I know, but there's also something that's happening between the two of them. I don't know if you guys translate. Okay. Recently, Kojo Kranchi, Raskuku said that he was supposed to be on the Ifeokuma Love remix, and then
yes.
You know, so there's
a bit of controversy there. Some small tension.
But that could have been the
so
like introduce him to another audience. And
I'm just waiting. If the
I want to know more about that case.
So that means up until this point, if one person picks it over the other, there's going to be some serious chaos. Let me skip Stonebwoy for a second and go to Bomberman. That's a fresh entrance. I don't know in there, but he's got good music as well.
The sound is nice.
For me, I'm thinking that he's in already. There's going to be a lot of competition in there for him. What are his chances of picking something like this?
It's very, very slim, just like myself. Very slim. But it's a good step. And I believe the 3Music Awards, the whole brand itself is very, very prestigious. That's going to give him the sort of elevation that he needs. So he shouldn't come in there hoping that he's going to bag it at the end of the day, but he should feel proud that he got nominated, sharing the platform with the greats.
That, right? I share the same sentiment, but for 3 artists, him, DSL, and Mpebi. I think for the 3 of them, they should just I'm so glad I'm nominated. Big up.
It should be happy just for the nomination.
They got a nomination.
And allow
I think it's
time
amazing
to.
that they did.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. I think I agree with you on that one. What about Praise by Kweku Flake? It's also in there.
My guy, proud American. But I think the rollout for that particular song didn't really get to the core. Even the reggae professional, proper reggae lovers didn't get the message, so
Rocky Dawuni is on that, right?
Yes, featuring Rocky Dawuni.
I think Rocky gave it the international mileage, but it did not really drum home. So popularity lines per the category definition, it might fall short a little bit, but then
it'll fall short a lot.
Would you also say that it might not be a good year not a good year per se, it might not be a lucky year for Samini with Sambra on the category Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year? Would it be, or...
Samini has been busy. He's been schooling. So I don't think he also put in a lot of effort in trying to just I'm sure he just put out music because he loves to make music, and that's fine.
So that means in this category he's not really a competition to worry about.
He's not a strong contender.
He's a strong contender. No. I agree on that one. Stubborn Soldier by Episode as well. What do you think?
Okay, so with Episode, I think it's the image that might not work for him. I think in recent times he's been on several interviews talking about the fact that he's transitioned from being a reggae dancehall artist to becoming a high life artist. So it's the concentration or the mindset self no day in top. You get it? And I'm not sure even if he wins it.
It can't be his fault.
Even if he wins it, I'm not sure.
For years, and Stonebwoy and Stonebwoy.
Let me take this opportunity to bash the organizers of Base Awards. I saw one of them here. I see him from here. For killing
Steve Banton,
for killing a platform, a platform like that.
I agree with you 100%.
Let me bash.
We would have dragged him onto the set too.
before question him,
because it was very important. That was a platform to activate a lot of what you were talking about. But unfortunately, it's been limited. So then they have to all struggle onto just very few award platforms. That has too much is diluted when it comes to trying to.
They are not celebrated enough.
Yes, I agree with you. Okay, I will skip this other big man, and go to Truth by DSL. So like you said, DSL, same story. Should be happy he has nomination. But what about Shatta Wale? And I'm specific on this because using fandom to control the narrative. Against Ifikuma Love, against Non-Stop by Stonebwoy, and then against Eyeball by Raskuku. What do you say? How are we going to look at this competition? Is it going to be a dirty game? Is it going to be?
It gets back to the very same thing. The Stonebwoy Shatta conversation will pick up again. But then I think. The only thing, because when we were about to start the show, we were looking at the calendar year, and then we realized that real life
didn't fall in there.
Didn't fall in there. That is the only thing, because they will know it's not as big as real life. So that would give Stonebwoy non-stop, an advantage when it comes to that. But then fan base would definitely not look at whether this song is big or not. The numbers are definitely going to be on Shatter's side. Okay,
great. I asked my pundit this question. Which will be a shocker for you to find out that if this person wins this category? Either by, it's 40-40-20, 40 for Academy, 40 for public, and then 20 for the board. So by some means, there's a 40, it's a high stick with the public, 40, and there's another high stick. Because once you win the 240 segments or categories, you are gone. You're going through. Which of these artists will be a surprise for you to find out that, wow, on that day, and the nominees are, and the winner is...
Then the person...
Honestly, for me, I know this is going to be shocking, but for me,
realistic. Okay, so explain. This is going to be interesting.
I think Shatta Wale didn't really have a good music year under review. I don't think his music really broke out like that. But wait.
This debate is what I'm going to have. Thank you very much.
Shatta Wale has a very strong fan base. And his fan base is such that no matter what he drops, they are going to give him the numbers. So if you're going to use just the numbers game, like, but he's been doing it is his fan, like his fandom is what is holding him up right now. I didn't see any of his music. I know how Shatta Wale's music can get. Like, I know how big it can be. Yeah. I was a fan of Shatta Wale, like when he used to drop. Like, I know how big it can be, and I see how it has dipped now. And it's just fortunate for him that he
by what merit?
You see, it's just fortunate.
Can you change that word? It doesn't sit well with me.
You don't want the word fortunate. Let me see what.
No, the dip.
The dip.
Yes.
It is a dip.
By what merit? Means
that it has just reduced. It has reduced. The popularity of his songs have reduced.
How has
it has reduced because I don't the songs about Shatta Wale that I hear all the time are it's always the same old songs. It's the old songs that he has released. The Mali album that he dropped, I didn't even know until recently that he named it after his girlfriend. Like, there's so many things that at first I didn't have to search to go and find about Shatta Wale. It just slaps you in the face. The music slaps you in the face. The information about album, everything slaps you in the face. But then now it's like you have to go out of your way to search for it. My circle hasn't changed. I'm still like working in music. I'm moving around in the music. It hasn't changed.
I want to hear what you have to say about this.
Thank you very much. Seriously.
Interesting.
Let me share this with my lovely sister. See, there's one thing about music that I keep telling artists all the time. When you are hot and when you are buzzing, your core duty is to, apart from making money, is to also build a fan base that will stick with you throughout. Take your thing, then for day your back.
Which I do believe is something that all the artists have
successfully been able to do.
Native, Sack Nation.
Yes. So you need that.
So the collection, that collection
like this for Shatta.
No. So for that collection, if you are outside the zone, you might not hear him speak when you think he's not speaking, but then he is speaking. Shatta has been speaking since there's never been I think last year he dropped over close to 100 songs.
Plenty.
But you see, you have to be outside the zone too. It shouldn't be within the zone.
So that is why I'm saying that unless he touch on, let's say, a genre of music that you are interested in, because for a reggae dancehall artist that I know Shatta to be, he can he's very talented, super talented. He opens every musical door and slides through easily. So when he was doing dancehall king, those days that you were listening to and then feeling that Shatta, it's Shatta entering a different zone. It wasn't his core. So when he gets to his core, those people that he collected during that season, they understand him.
So he's making the music for the core now.
Yes, but he's doing dancehall.
For you to get onto like,
I don't want to sound biased, but he's doing dancehall music.
Exactly.
Not Afro dancehall music. He's doing dancehall. The category is not.
But those songs can still be played on radio. Like
I'm talking about.
So when it comes to the popularity bit of it, that's where my sister is also getting it wrong. You know that the nature of my brother Shatta Wale. Me personally, I did press in neck constantly on several issues outside music and sometimes on music. But then he has marred his relationship with a lot of media stations and media personalities. Yeah. So don't worry if you are not hearing him loud like that.
Because DJ has decided not to play.
Yes, he decided to use hammer to hit our toes. And therefore we to pick hammer where we hit in toe song. You understand? So he's not being heard, not that he's not producing, but there has been a break between.
So Slim, on that note, here are the nominees. I have a video for you on this one. On that note, here are the nominees for Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year. Now, this will tell you the number of artists that were dropped from the Song of the Year category, the Reggae Dancehall Song of the Year category, but these ones were nominated for the Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year, and the nominees are.
The nominees for the 2024 3Music Awards Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year. The nominees are Episode, Ras Kuku, Samnini, Shatta Wale, Stoneboy.
Woman, I love you non-stop, baby. Miss me love you non-stop.
And welcome back. So you see, but there's also Abi Ima in there. I think that was slipped as an error, but there's Abi Ima in there as well. So now let me come to you now. So now we've seen this list. We've seen this list. We can start blue tick for stay, red tick for maybe might not. So let's start with Episode. Now let's run through. In all honesty, what do you think? Has it been a good year for Episode to win Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year 2023?
Not at all.
I think I have. Okay. Hey, thought I was going to have the same answer, but not at all 50-50.
50-50.
Okay.
The song that's fresh on my mind of him is the Atiya, exactly. And that's Highlife.
Okay. What about Ras Kuku?
Ras Kuku is strong in that category.
From what we just found out, he has some.
Very strong.
Yes, we will not be surprised if Ras Kuku picked that word for the night. Samini, are you going to peg him with the efforts with the Episode as well, that a bit of inconsistency, 50-50? Okay. I mean, back in the day, a few years ago, Samini would have been something you don't want to play. Yeah, and I think it's clear because
I like this. I like this for him.
Yeah,
but I also like this for him because then I think sometimes when you blow and you become like a really big act, sometimes you just like relax a little for the others to take, and that's okay. You don't always have to be fighting with all of the artists for the same position. It's fine. Keep dropping music for your fans.
I say your SRC presented. So if you understand, you have to carry the reggae dancehall comes with some fight and some fiery. So you want to be careful how you want to associate that with it and school. But anyway, that's all good. Now to the man Shatta Wale himself as well. This category.
I think he has like 80 to 90% of winning this category.
Meg?
With his fan base, right? Anything is possible.
Why must he be with his fan base?
Because it is the fan base that is going to make sure that, hey, we are going to make sure Shatta Wale wins. Let's all come together and vote for him. And they'll do it. Yeah. So then just based off of them, I'll not be surprised if he should.
But I was surprised that fan base is not mentioned in here with the definition for the...
yes, but there's going to be a percentage for voting, right?
Yeah,
and the people going to vote, they are going to be his fan base. People like me probably wouldn't vote for him for that category because then we feel like, oh, Shatta Wale hasn't really been doing much musically. But like you said, the people in his zone, if they decide that, look, we are going to sit down, I know how the Nigerians do, and some of these guys do, like, let's buy credits and vote for.
Okay, so let me put this to you. This is the category definition for Reggae Dancehall Act of the Year. And now listen to these underlining words here. It says basis of popularity, your recordings within the year of review, and performances and social engagement. Now that these 4 things I've listed, you can now look through again.
The social engagement, is there anything to clarify that? Because he's had a lot of social engagement, but whether it's negative
so currently, Shatta is one artist who's been streaming. He wants to be known as a streamer now. So he's streaming constantly on TikTok every evening. And I tell you, his numbers are mad crazy. He has mad crazy numbers on TikTok. 2, when it comes to performances, you can never take Shatta Wale out of this conversation. Me, I dey fight with them. But I dey like in performances. And talk for town inside Jay.
Yes, tell me please.
You realize that, was it last month? His show that with Stoneboy, that was the issue at Legon.
Yes.
But we have to perform,
we artists again, we go few go school say you won't perform for them, the authorities all want. This is Kanye type of stardom.
But my thing with this is that when he comes on stage to come and like perform, you see on campus like this, it is going to be those old songs back to back. It's going to be those hit songs back to back.
Then you've not been there.
Mali, what song from Mali is he going to perform for the crowd to sing along.
Yes.
And we are not talking about just his SM fans.
Then
So I've been mute. I've been mute on Shatter for a period, right? So I decided one day I did with my boys and I should have pull one Shatter tune for. I was searching for it. I pull them for them. Surprisingly, 3 of my boys started singing the song. I was like, hey, what's up?
Closeted Shatter fans.
But that is that thing about Shatter. The moment you like his brand, whether you like it or not, the song will get to you. It will find some way to get to you. It's just amazing.
yes.
That guy is just amazing.
On that note, let me say essentials to one Harriet. She's a police officer around Tesla Police Station. She says, "Hey, as for us SM people, there, security and non-security are like our after the final." But anyway, let me move on to another category now. We don't want to spend too much time here. Let's go to our High Life Song of the Year. Something I know we're going to just spend some time talking about this one. But there's Baba J. Now you mentioned Baba J. Yes, Baba J is in there. She's alternatized herself from Altain to this space. There's Baba J, there's Camido with Adole. Has it been a good 2023 year for Camido?
The thing with Camido, I keep saying, is he had a big song and the follow-ups seem not to be as big as that. But musically, I think he has transformed and he's been a better artist even after Sugarcane, because Sugarcane comparatively to Adole, Kaba, and the recent one, the NLF4, you can't compare the sound quality, the writing skill, the deepness of the song, even the mixing of the song. You can't compare them. But I think the deciding factor would be the Sugarcane remix was so big.
Yes.
It makes anything that you drop, the follow-up, it looks lesser, but then I don't believe that is so. He's done amazing. He's progressed.
Yes. Adole, right? Truth. When he was dropping Adole, I didn't think Adole was going to do so well that it was going to even get nominated. Do you understand? Because then I was like, what's he going to do to match up to Sugarcane? But Adole has done well enough. So then I think we need to give him that prop. That's one song. Sugarcane remix was like really huge. But then these songs are also good. They haven't reached that level, but that's fine. That's okay. Another song can come.
Far Away by Abiana, and the magic Familia has done on that song as well. What do you say to this song?
This song is so good.
Yes, beautiful
so
song.
Good.
Beautiful song.
And,
yes.
and big ups to Caleb Neboy for introducing me to the song. I think he was the first person who played the song. It played Showbiz Italy. This song, they come up, they will release them next weekend. But this song will be fire. Just watch out for it. And the very first day I heard it, I was like, wow. The song is just beautiful. Abiana is undoubtedly
so Ghana might score Brazil, but in the same group there's also Germany, and that's why I'm bringing the Germany next week. Kwekwanansi by Amrado. I mean, these 4 I've mentioned so far. I mean, when you put a Kwekwanansi by Amrado there, you know what it can do, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That song was another very commercial song.
Competition level when it comes to popularity, you know that Amrado has the numbers, and he's been able to successfully build for himself a catalog that resonates with his transition. Because when he did the transition from rap to singing, people it faced some backlash in the initial stages. But then they are loving it because he made big hits out of that. And Kwekwanansi started the whole movement. It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough category for others.
An upper hand so far. I mean, Baba J's new entrance, she falls into the.
I'm happy to be
nominated. I like his definition.
yes.
Camido, what do you say to that as well? In competing with Amrado's song,
I don't think
does Amrado have an upper hand?
Amrado has an upper hand
on this one.
Yes.
But then technically, I believe the board would do justice by listening to the sounds.
Okay. So but
Kwekwanansi is a very good song. Very
deep song.
Very
not
good
just
song.
Good, but deep as well.
Yeah,
deep
I
as
love
well.
that song.
But Adole is also a top song.
You just said something that drew my attention to the voting technicalities that the board, the academy, and the public might look for. The board, you might get a very technical approach to this.
Exactly.
The academy, you get a mix, but definitely the fans, you're getting just love.
Just from the love.
Pure love. So on that note, for Far Away, for example, Abiana with Family, where do you think she might get more votes from? If
it's going to be
these
probably
4?
from the board.
It's going to be more board. I believe on a 40%. I'm thinking 20-25 max from board, 20-25 max from academy, and then virtually like 10 to 15 from.
Well,
the
fun love. Well, stay on with us. When we come back, we have about 6 more or 7 more in this category for us to exhaust. Don't go away. Like I said, just when you're playing against a big team, maybe a Brazil, and you scored them, you played against an England, you scored them, and there comes another Germany for you to deal with. And we've mentioned already 4 in the High Life Song of the Year category: Baba J's 227, Camido's Adole Far Away by Abiana featuring Familia, and there's Kwekwa Nancy by Amrado. These are 4 big songs. However, just when you thought you were going to say, okay, maybe the next one might be another one that can stand the, these 4 songs can also face off, then comes Stonebwoy's Manoji.
Game over.
Game over, eh?
Game over.
Okay,
Game
classic.
over.
So we all agree it's a classic tune.
Game over.
Amazing.
Amazing.
I feel like you shouldn't have even been added, just so that the High Life people can have fun with it, and then maybe we'll give it African music.
Now, so let me test your wits on this. If you listen to Manoji and then you lean towards, or you accidentally chance upon the next song, My Darling by Akwawa and Kwabena Kwabena, as High Life song, carrying all the elements of High Life. Technically, with a technical eye, what do you say to this?
I think both songs embodies all the elements of High Life. Both songs. It's just approach and beat cadence and all that, which matters in this space. Because My Darling by Akwaboa is more rhythmic, and you feel the Humanisina type of but then that doesn't take away the other elements. The other elements that are also found in Stonebwoy's Manoji. It's also a classical highlight.
No, but this category in particular, I think all of the songs, except one song that I personally don't like, that's just a personal.
Have you already mentioned it?
No,
we're yet to get there. Then hold on. We're yet to get there. Then comes Party, Adina and Kofi Kinata as well. Great song, but they did really cut the commercial slice of
the activation.
Lightly. I think lightly it did.
The activation, it's all about the activation. The song The Bee. Trust me, the song The Bee Waba. I think it wasn't properly activated. On various radio stations. Pub to pub, and with the influx of Amapiano in the system right now, you need to really push a lot to get your song being heard. So I think
so far it looks like Manoji is the one that is waving the flag of this. Well, anyway, we'll find out. When I ask about the shocker, the one that might shock you to win. Let's go on to Party of the Year by Keche, and that's got Mr. Drew on there as well. What do you think?
Big jam,
massive
big jam. Well promoted for its standard, well promoted, but I don't think it would be a major threat in this festival.
Okay, so on that note, then I think Picture by 7 Keys as well is one of the I'm happy to be
nominated.
I like your definition. What about Vero by Kelvin Boy?
Vero is a strong song. I think Kelvin Boy has been slept on for a minute, and I'm sure maybe it's personal, because I don't really see him doing a lot of activation with the songs that he's been dropping. But Vero came in at a time where I believe if he had stepped up a little bit with the promotion, it would have taken. Because with the influx of Afrobeat, I mean, Kelvin Boy has been doing this for a minute. He's been doing all the things that the big artists have been doing for a minute. But it's just that I don't know what it is with Kelvin.
There's something missing.
Yeah, there's something missing.
The promotion.
It's not even about the promotion, because I
think that is also, you see, the activation, like it's that part. You see, it's a part, because the song, I think the song took a while before it's like you could hear it everywhere. It took a while, and I also think that's mainly because more people just were like, oh, this song is nice. Oh, this song is nice. Oh, this song is nice. That is why. But I don't think he activated it.
Okay, so from a DJ's point of view, I'll tell you this: we have songs that when we are doing a mix, we have live crowd, right? When you're doing mixing. Is Charlie, maybe I would drop this song, then go hit up the crowd, but this song will sustain the slow crowd. I can tell you on any day that when Kelvin Boy's Vero play, there's no way you will leave the dance floor. It might not be your favorite, and you might not jump to it, but it will sustain you on the dance floor. So it has that thing. It's a natural thing with Kelvin Boy and almost all his sounds. It's just that that X factor that needs to get the song there, I don't know what it is, but
some magic is missing.
Something.
There's a special ingredient that's activation. Two more on the Yolo Kwame Eugene, and you feel the vibe. I think with the Fra as well. Should that also be happy to be nominated, or it is a bit beyond the happy to be nominated?
A little beyond, yes, because then that song went viral.
Super.
It went viral, and then they had shows out of the country.
Does it give you the feel to vote, the vibe to vote? Does it give you the vibe to vote?
So that song is coming from a background a religious background as well.
Yes.
And you know how they play.
church,
They don't
yes.
joke.
Okay, so when they decide to activate,
You go fit parents, they go fit the number for them.
Yeah.
If they do one silver collection,
so that
No,
means that
honestly, that song would have been my shocker.
yes, that
would have been my shocker.
yes.
Yes.
Wow.
And-
Because I expect the church to vote.
and you know that Jay, on almost all the platforms that they've been seen performing, they deliver to the core. So we don't have to sleep on that song.
And what about YOLO by Kwame Eugene as well? Him as a brand, appealing to masses and urban and Gen Z and Gen.
That's a song I don't like though.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't. You see,
The
all- I
controversy
think-
around it.
I don't even know about the controversy around it, but when I listened to it the first, it just didn't hit me. I was like, oh my god, this is a really good song. I have heard Kwame Eugene make better songs. I think this song is not it's not a strong song. And when you compare it to all of the other songs, if you look at it based off on just the fact that this is a good song, I think he falls like way below. He's the last on the list.
Well, I don't know how that's for you. Okay.
I have something to say about
Please
it.
say it.
So when I had him to, like one-on-one session with Kwame Eugene, he told me about the fact that this song was like the last song to be completed on his project.
The Love and Chaos project.
Yeah, on the Love and Chaos project. Now it's a very personal song to him. I mean, he details it about the demise of his father and stuff that he went through personally to understand that you only live once. So that is the bedrock of the sound. And if you can appreciate the song better if you start listening to the lyrics of the song. And that is where I got it. I got inspired and I actually felt Charlie, because I was on the DJ's on the DJ's level. I was striking the similarity with that and that of was it Fireboy or one of the boys from Nigeria. It had a striking, the progression and all that. But later on, I started paying attention to the lyrics, listening to the background of it. I was like, Charlie, this song is
all I'm saying
to
take a bit more for you to like the song. So I agree with you.
Thank you.
Make one on that one. So if so, then the high life act of the year, which this is going to be very interesting. So all the names we've mentioned are in there. We have Abiana, Akwabwa, Fra, Kofi Kinata, Kwame Eugene, Seven Keys, and the new entrant, San Trophy. In there.
Big ups to San Trophy.
I need one name each for you that you think we should look out for. Not necessarily the winner, but we should look out for that. There's Abiana, there's Akwabwa, there's Fra. And I like what we said about Fra, that if they charge, if they decide to rally up the church behind them, there could be a shocker in there. But Kofi Kinata's audience too is waiting for it. The fandom is huge. There's Kwame Eugene, and then there's San Trophy, and then there's Seven Keys. Who in there do you think is likely to steal this award for High Life Act of the Year?
Very tough one.
Very tough one.
Steal to win. I'll give it to Kofi Kinata. I'll simply just give it to him because then he's built himself as a
What about
high
Kwame
life.
Eugene?
Kwame Eugene crowned King of High Life some time ago with some with some controversy at the back, but still we move. When it comes to talent, I mean the Kwame Eugene stands tall.
It's something else.
Yeah, I mean I believe he comes in whenever he wants to just drop a hit song and then he go. But he's cracked the code. He's figured it out
easily.
He does it effortlessly.
He understands it.
But with this category and the year and the review dominance, especially, there are other artists in there who've registered strong presence when it comes to the high life music genre. So it might not be a straight win for him because years back, we could talk.
It would have been straightforward,
But now there's some work to do.
So, some small competition.
Please, my time is fast spent, but thank you so very much. And you out there can also make it happen. *447 *3#. Get the votes running on there, and then you can come back. If your artist doesn't win, then you can see that you have other people as well who are fighting harder for their artists to win. On that note, thank you so much. We are out of here on our diaries. We'll see you on September 28th. Don't miss out here at the 3Music Awards.